Firstly, I want to mention the words that you usually find listed as the 10... I always click that. Listed as the most beautiful German words. To which I will say blah blah blah. Weltschmerz, Wanderlust, Luftschloss, Zeitgeist.
Wanderlust is a German word. Wanderlust.
Oh, I love you more than words can say.
Hallo Leute, ich bin Shit der Unsiger. Ich habe ein Reaction-Video, 5 lies about the Deutsch language that make me angry. Okay, for all. So that's it too much, guys. We're going to jump on this right away. It is 5 lies about the German language that make me angry, that make her angry. So that's it too much, guys. We're going to jump on this right away and check this out, okay? And let's get entertained by this, guys. Okay, you know we shall get entertained. But before we start, guys, we should smash like. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm gonna like this. I'm subscribed. Let's do this. Hello. Don't trust the rabbit.
Hey rabbits, it's Trixie, and today I want to
Hi.
bust some myths about the German language. When you search online looking for information about German, you'll come across countless pages listing the...
I know what everybody is thinking. Okay, so let's get it out of the way. Alright, let's get it out of the way. Yes, she's showing her cleavage. Okay, now that we've seen it, we said it, we can ignore it. Let's continue.
10 most ridiculous German words. Okay. German words you won't believe exist. Okay. 10 reasons why the German language is extremely weird. You may also stumble upon forums and blogs where people discuss their funny experiences with the language. The problem is, people usually share the most intriguing things. But
I must say she's very soft-spoken, so interesting so far.
Not necessarily true things.
Okay.
Some do that on purpose to clickbait others. Many simply misunderstood something and aren't even aware that they are spreading false information. Like one of Eric's friends. She claimed that Peppa Pig is called Peppa Wurst in German, which would be Peppa sausage and therefore pretty morbid. Since no Germans were around, everyone agreed that naming cartoon characters after the food that you could make out of them is odd at the very least. Eric was so amused by this weird random fact that he had to tell me about it a couple of days later. I didn't find it so funny.
Of course not. You're German and everyone knows that Germans have no sense of humor.
No. What I mean is, it was simply not true. Peppa Pig isn't called Peppa Wurst in German.
It's called Peppa Pig. It's called Peppa Schwein. Of course. Has to be Peppa Schwein. Yeah, but I'm sure they said Wurst because a lot of sausages are made from pork. I mean, there are different sausages these days, but yeah.
German. It's Peppa Wutz. And Wutz is just an old German word for pig.
Peppa Wutz.
Obviously, I don't blame Eric's friend for simply mishearing the word. But it's a good example how quickly fun facts and bizarre things about the German language you won't believe can spread. To cast some light on this topic, I decided to search online myself. Looking for the most frequently shared fun stuff about German, the most sensationalist headlines. Okay, let's go. See if I, as a native speaker, can confirm what the page says.
This is gonna be interesting, I'm sure.
And in today's video, I want to mention the things that failed this native speaker's test.
Okay, let's go.
Facts that I identified as myths. Myths. Or at least only half-truths.
Okay.
Truths. And, add my 2 cents. Is Rindfleisch-Etikettierungsüberwachungsabkommen-Übertragungsgesetz really the longest German word? Do Germans actually use the word Fräulein? And what in the world is an Eierschalensollbruchstellenverursacher? Find out this and more in this episode. Oh, and in case these intriguing questions...
Those words are very long.
Weren't enough to catch your attention. If you are German, I also have some very good and interesting news for you. Okay. Which I will share at the end of the video. It's so exciting. So you better watch the whole video if you want to get to know something awesome.
Or just skip to the end.
Firstly, I want to mention the words that you usually find listed as the 10... I always click that. Listed as the most beautiful German words, to which I would say blah blah blah, Weltschmerz, Wanderlust, Luftschloss, Zeitgeist. Yes, they are beautiful, and yes, they exist.
They
but
are very
as a
beautiful,
German
actually.
myself, I see.
Wait, Wanderlust is a German word. Wanderlust.
The most beautiful German words, to which I want to say blah blah blah, Weltschmerz, Wanderlust, Luftschloss, Zeitgeist. Yes, they are beautiful.
These are beautiful
and
words.
yes, they exist.
Very
but
beautiful.
as a German myself, I see some problems here. For example, you will encounter these words sometimes, especially in books or maybe a newspaper. But
movies.
Germans rarely use them in daily life conversations.
Why?
What kind of conversation is that supposed to be? Gudrun, hast du gesehen? Sauerkraut ist im Angebot für 99 Cent die Dose. Oh, und außerdem, Weltschmerz ist die...
Does that translate? Ah, no.
Nutzer des Zeitgeists unserer Generation, ne? Ey, wer seiner Wanderlust nicht nachgibt, ne? Für den wird Fernweh immer ein Luftschloss bleiben. Kannst du dann schön zu Hackbraten machen. Oder einen Mettigel dazu für ein Habit. Meh. Germany, the
Sounds
nation
nice.
of poets and philosophers. Germany, the nation of poets and philosophers. I know. It just draws a weird picture that may confuse foreigners that plan to come to Germany. It's true that Germans like to have profound conversations, but it's not that we use these dramatic words all the time. Also, on these pages, it's either always the same freaking 50 words claimed to be super amazing, or extremely weird ones that I've never ever used in my whole life. For example, I found a page here and it says 100 German words you need to know before you visit Germany. 3 of them being Lobhudelei, Spitzbube and Schlafittchen. Ey, nicht mal meine Oma sagt sowas. They are cute, yes, but they are also completely outdated. You need to know them before you come to Germany, but only if you consider time travel. There are so many better words just around the corner that you could pick for these lists, but you never find them because everything that matters is Wanderlust, Fernweh, Spitzbube and Schlafittchen. What about Augenblick, Sternschnuppe, Schnurrbart, Kichererbsen, Eselsohr? No, it's the same unimaginative and misleading stuff everywhere. It's not a big deal and maybe I'm just too sensitive. But after all these years working with the German language, it just started grinding my gears. Next, the oh so funny German word Eierschalensollbruchstellenverursacher. Literally
Eierschalensollbruchstellenverursacher.
an eggshell breaking point causer. It plays into this you can just stack random German words and you end up with a completely new term cliché. We're talking about this device. It's supposed to make it easier to crack the top of an egg open. A punch bell egg cracker, if my dictionary can be trusted. And I mean, you could just crack the shell with the spoon. But
so basically the word is a sentence. No?
I choose simple when there is fancy. Now in all my life, I have never seen, used or talked to other Germans about this item, which makes me believe that it's not really a thing in most German kitchens.
To be honest, I just rather use the spoon or I just use like my knuckle. Boom, I just knock up the egg. That's it.
So how come that when you search online for funny everyday German words, there are millions of pages listing an Eierschalensollbruchstellenverursacher? They are handling it as if Eierschalensollbruchstellenverursacher is a word that Germans say every 3 seconds.
I'm going to tell you what it is, English speakers just, I don't know, there's this fun thing about making fun of German words or of how Germans talk, of just German things are just very funny. Like, we just see the things very funny. Like, growing up, that's how it's always been. As soon as they say something German, they'll be like, or they'll be like, oh, your girlfriend's going to be German. They'll be like, oh, everything in your house is going to be very strict. Or things like that. Or your house is going to be too serious. Or you're being too serious. You'll be very German. I don't know. It just used to be so funny. Okay? So funny growing up till I tried to delve into the German culture. And I was like, it's actually interesting. I mean, for me to actually travel to Germany twice in 1 year.
Heute, Eierschalensollbruchstellenverursacher, war ich mit meiner Eierschalensollbruchstellenverursacher Oma im Park und wir haben die Eierschalensollbruchstellenverursacher Enten gefüttert. Eierschalensollbruchstellenverursacher.
This only took 1,000 takes. But surprisingly, the truth is they don't. And the item is not even called like that. You can buy an Eieröffner or an Eierköpfer. Egg decapitator. Isn't that funny enough? But the name Eierschalensollbruchstellenverursacher.
Eierkopter. Egg decapitator. Decapitate the egg. Let's get Eierkopter. Yo, I mean, like, that was funny. Like, egg decapitator. Come on.
Egg decapitator. Isn't that funny enough? But the name Eierschalensollbruchstellenverursacher is definitely not
It's
the
more
official
interesting.
term for it. Of course,
Let's
some
be
brands
honest.
caught up with the hype, renaming their products so that people searching for Eierschalensollbruchstellenverursacher would find their stuff online. But that's a whole other story. Even though you could refer to this weird item as an Eierschalensollbruchstellenverursacher, it is not a commonly used word.
It's
And
more
there are
interesting.
many more normal alternatives. You see, it's not the word that created the hype. It's the hype that more or less created the word. Which is why I would call der Eierschalensollbruchstellenverursacher
Eierkopter.
If I have to say
Eierkopter.
or hear this word one more time.
Eierschalensollbruchstellenverursacher, 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 Eierschalensollbruchstellenverursacher,
A similar hype is connected to the longest German word with 63 letters. Do you guys know which one I mean? Probably because it's mentioned
I don't know it.
online. Das Rindfleischetikettierungsüberwachungsaufgabenbetragungsgesetz. Short RFL
Oh, I know it.
ETT-UÄÜG. It's a law that deals with the distribution of supervision tasks
I know it.
concerning the labeling of beef. And beef is the right keyword because there is a lot of beef concerning this word. See,
That word is very, very long. I came across it one time and I was like, so this is the longest English word, okay? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 45. Neomono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. Let's try again. Neomono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. Aye, too long.
one thing is, it never made it into the Duden, the most famous German dictionary, which is why the public is torn whether or not you could actually count it as a proper word. Also, the law ceased to exist in 2013, making Rindfleischetikettierungsüberwachungsaufgabenbetragungsgesetz the name for a dead law that never made it into the dictionary. Kraftwerk Hackfleisch. Kraftfahrzeug. It's been a long day. Kraftfahrzeug Haftpflichtversicherung, the Motor Vehicle Liability Insurance, is what these critical people would call the actual longest word instead. Because you can find it in the Duden and it's still happening. People still have Kraftfahrzeug Haftpflichtversicherung, but they don't care about the Rindfleischetikettierungsüberwachung. But that would mean that we downgraded from a 63-letter word to a 36-letter one. Still, it's not the Kraftfahrzeug word, but the Rindfleisch word that is listed all over the internet. And I understand. Who cares about dictionary entries or whether a law is still valid? It's so much more fun to share a 63-letter word rather than a 63-letter one and explain a lot of technicalities. Technicalities. So no bad blood. Of course you can still laugh about and share the Rindfleisch word. Just bear in mind that there is a rat's tail as long as the longest German word attached to the truth here. Kraftfahrzeug Haftpflichtversicherung is still an impressively long word, you say? It's crazy enough that Germans use a word like that in their daily life, you say? Well, they don't. When we talk about this kind of car insurance, Germans almost always shorten it to Kfz Haftpflichtversicherung, which leads me to the next German language meme. Extremely long and complicated German words compared to the words for the same thing in other languages.
Okay.
If you talk about this topic, in 99.9% of the cases, one word is definitely mentioned. You know which one?
What's
I
it?
bet you do, which only proves my point. Let's say it all together. Geschwindigkeitsbegrenzung.
Geschwindigkeitsbegrenzung.
The German word for a speed limit. And yes,
That's a
it's
speed
funny,
limit.
But I've also grown a bit tired by laughing
That's a
about it
speed
all
limit.
the time. The thing is, Geschwindigkeitsbegrenzung is indeed something that Germans say. But there's also das Tempolimit, which I personally use
tempo
more
limit.
often. But you won't find that one online because it's not that long.
It's not fancy.
That funny. It's not extreme. And almost the same applies to all these supposedly aggressive sounding, complicated, long German words. Instead of Lastkraftwagen, we say Lastwagen or just LKW.
No, Lastkraftwagen. That is better. Lastkraftwagen. 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 I like that.
Instead of Lastkraftwagen,
I
we
like
say
this.
Lastwagen or just LKW. Gesellschaft mit beschränkter Haftung becomes GmbH. Boostenhalt.
That's GmbH. GmbH. That's what it means.
Gesellschaft mit beschränkter Haftung becomes GmbH. Boostenhalter. BH. Auszubildender.
What's that?
Azubi.
Bushalter.
Kindertagesstätte, Kita. Memes like that want to entertain you, and that's okay. But don't forget
It's more
that that's
interesting.
not necessarily what the real life looks, or in this case, sounds
Come on.
like. Lastly, a word that gets misinterpreted a lot. I personally encounter it every now and then in emails from my subscribers and patrons.
Yeah.
Liebe Frau Hase. Oder muss ich schreiben Fräulein Hase? Heute ich schaue. This letter is extreme.
Wait.
Hase.
Liebe Frau Hase, oder muss ich schreiben, Frau Hase? Heute ich schaue dein Video, das war sehr lustig. Ich habe eine Frage. I have a Frage. What's a Frage? I don't know. So, liebe Frau Hase, love Miss Hase, or I will write to her house. Everybody, today I watched your video. It was very lustful. I have a Frage. I don't know, what does that mean? What's Frage? Yeah, I can't remember.
Oder muss ich schreiben Fräulein Hase? Heute ich schaue. This letter is extremely cute. I always appreciate it when you guys write me. But exactly, I'm talking about Fräulein. Funnily enough, on many online pages and even in books sometimes, you'll find the claim that the German Fräulein is the equivalent to the English Miss. Mrs. Miller, Frau Müller, Miss Miller, Fräulein Müller. Just recently I found this in an expat forum. Germans say little woman to unmarried women. How cute is that? Yeah, the truth is that would be accurate if it were 1980 or earlier. That's almost 40 years in the past for all these people like me who are for some reason stuck thinking that 1990 was around 10 years ago. See, we don't use Fräulein anymore. In
Okay.
fact, it even has a negative connotation nowadays. Because it makes it seem as if women are not fully women if they're not married, that unmarried women are still girls, children. You either make a child or you are a child. No, of course it's not that
That's not
bad.
the word.
Just be aware that Fräulein is very outdated and that Germans don't really do that anymore. These were all the words and phenomenons that I wanted to talk about today. Now, the surprise that I promised, mainly for the Germans watching this. Just so you know, I'm gonna put ad and Werbung into this corner even though I was not paid for saying this. I just want to recommend something to you that I think that many of you will like. If
Okay.
you are German, you're probably subscribed to my channel because it makes you see the German language with different eyes. The eyes of a foreigner,
Okay.
basically. Which is why I want to tell you that my good friend and fellow YouTuber Dana from Wanted Adventure wrote a book. It's called You Go Me on the Cookie, related to the funny German expression jemandem auf den Keks gehen. And it deals with her experience as an American moving to Germany with the German language. Her difficulties and frustration with it, but also her fascination and love for it. The whole language journey. Today's video about German language myths shows that misunderstandings and misinterpretations among millions of others.
That is a journey I'm about to embark on, because I've embarked on it already, and I'm gradually learning, and I'm thinking of doing a course as well, to learn the German language, a beginner course, and then we'll see how it goes.
Struggles are just around the corner when foreigners try to learn German. So you can imagine that the book is full of entertaining stories.
It's gonna be fun.
Both laugh and
you go
think
me
twice.
on the cookie.
So if you're still looking for a Christmas gift for yourself or your language-loving friends, You Go Me on the Cookie may be the perfect choice.
Yes, who's gonna buy the book for me, please? Or maybe I just buy it myself.
It's gonna come out on December 17, but you can already pre-order it online or in a bookstore of your choosing. Since the book is in German, Dana told me that it would be most interesting for native speakers, but of course you can also read it as a language learner. Firstly, it will help you practice more German by trying to understand it, and secondly, because you will relate to Dana's experiences and feel less alone with your troubles learning the German language.
Okay.
That's all. Think about it. I know for sure what's going to be under my Christmas tree this year. But back to topic now. What do you think about these German language myths and half-truths that I shared? Were you aware that these things are clickbait rather than fun facts or helpful information?
I was
Which
not.
Which other lies about the German language have you been told?
That is very aggressive. It's aggressive. Schmetterling, ich liebe dich. Ich mochte eine Frau.
Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. I really hope that you...
Okay, amazing. Amazing, nice one. Definitely enjoyed this one. Okay, I got educated with this one. It was a bit laid back, calm, but I got educated. I learned about things that I actually didn't even know much about, to be honest, like GmbH. And even Wanderlust, I didn't even know it was a German word. Zeitgeist, that I know. Time Ghost or Spirit of the Time, that I knew already. I mean, I knew a few things, and I knew that word. I didn't realize I knew it. That long one, I can't pronounce it. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting, I must say. But then all I want to say about this video is that a lot of English speaking countries, when they do things like this, I don't know, maybe it's wrong, I don't know, but there's this entertaining thing it does. When someone cracks a joke and says, oh, the other day I went to Germany, or let me tell you about the Germans. That's it. People just get interested, oh, this is gonna be funny. Tell us about the Germans. Yeah, I mean, it's funny now, but in 1945 it wasn't funny, I shouldn't say that. Anyway, guys, all in all, I definitely enjoyed this video, guys. Definitely enjoyed this one. I got educated, I learned, and I'm thinking of getting that book, You Got Me on the Cookie. So without saying too much, guys, I'm going to catch you in the next video because I've chatted too much. Just make sure you smash that subscribe, give me some love. Also in the comment section, let me know what you think about this, and if you want more we shall do. Peace out.
Boy, Mr. Shady. Oh.